Lewis Hamilton piles pressure on FIA and outlines wanted outcome from Abu Dhabi inquiry. Lewis Hamilton has admitted he wants F1 fans to have a better understanding of what unfolded in Abu Dhabi 2 months ago. The Brit was just one lap away from glory before being beaten by Max Verstappen in controversial circumstances. The FIA have been investigating the race ever since, while director Michael Massey has since been sacked. Hamilton would have moved ahead of Michael Schumacher on 8 F1 titles had he triumphed in the Middle East. However, the Brit will instead have to rewrite the history books this year after Verstappen reigned supreme instead. It's now been confirmed the Stevenage-born racer will take to the grid in 2022, despite there previously being suggestions he could retire. That's a boost for Mercedes, who had been drawing up a short list of potential replacements if he had chosen to walk away. And Hamilton has admitted he wants the full FIA report to be made public so there can be a better understanding over what happened. "I've not seen it. I didn't think it was out yet," Hamilton said. "I'm excited to see the results from that report. I think hopefully everyone will get to see it, and to have perhaps a better understanding of everything. I think ultimately, like everything, it's down to understanding where we've been, so we can move forwards in a positive light." Hamilton's comments come just days after he admitted he hadn't watched the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix back. "I absolutely didn't re-watch the race," he said when asked if he had revisited the events which led to him missing out on an 8th world title. "The experience was something that was very clear in my mind and, of course, it replayed in my mind quite a lot in the coming weeks after the race." Hamilton also recently reacted to the FIA's decision to give Massey a new role instead. And he admitted that he feels nobody should have to suffer like he did in F1 going forward. "Whilst we can't change the past, nothing will ever really be able to change the way how it felt at the time and how I feel about the situation. It is good to see that the FIA are taking steps to make improvements," said the Brit. "I think accountability is key. We have to use this moment to make sure that this never happens to anybody else in the sport ever again. Everything that's been said by the FIA, I welcome that. But we have to make sure that we keep a close eye on it and make sure that we actually are seeing those changes, and rules are applied fairly and accurately, consistently." Meanwhile, FIA chief Mohammed Ben Sulayem has opened up on the changes F1 will be making to the sport this year. He said, "During the F1 Commission meeting in London, I presented part of my plan for a new step forward in Formula One refereeing. Drawing conclusions from the detailed analysis of the events of the last F1 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and from the 2021 season, I proposed an in-depth reform of the organization of refereeing and race direction. It was unanimously supported by F1 CEO and team's principals. Here is my plan for these structural changes. Firstly, to assist the race director in the decision-making process, a virtual race control room will be created. Like the video assistance referee, VAR, in football, it will be positioned in one of the FIA offices as a backup outside the circuit. In real-time connection with the FIA F1 race director, it will help to apply the sporting regulations using the most modern technological tools. Secondly, direct radio communications during the race, currently broadcast live by all TVs, will be removed in order to protect the race director from any pressure and allow him to take decisions peacefully. It will still be possible to ask questions to the race director, according to a well-defined and non-intrusive process. Thirdly, unlapping procedures behind safety car will be reassessed by the F1 Sporting Advisory Committee and presented to the next F1 Commission prior to the start of the season. And finally, I would like to inform you that a new race management team will be put in place starting in Barcelona for the test session.